They always tell you they the prince or they the this, they all full of shit. They just own a business where they make a lot of money. This guy really got engaged to the Princess Al Maktoum of Dubai. You and your fiance, don't mess up.
So this is the daughter of the ruler of Dubai, and apparently she used this controversial rule on social media.
This was like, I got an opportunity for you. I don't have the money for you, but I got the opportunity.
Good for a loan. I go to French Montana and get a loan now. Like, I'm good for the loan. That ain't even 188 million. That's trillions. He's part of a, yo.
You know, so I usually do my homework. I'll find somebody who knows somebody or something. They could give me some information, like, who is it? Like, who is he? And, you know, Frenchie, they got me the tape. They got me the tape of his mother's house, where his mom's work at. You know what I'm saying? The other cribs, the studios, stuff like that.
That's the Cali tape.
Right.
Okay.
I had all of it.
Fat Joe didn't come with congratulations, flowers, or soft words. He came with a warning. When he heard about French Montana stepping into marriage, his message wasn't all smiles. It was sharp, direct, and almost confrontational. Because in Joe's eyes, this isn't just love, this is war. He's seen the industry chew men alive through marriages. He's seen empires collapse, bank accounts drained, reputations destroyed. And as far as he is concerned, French Montana is walking into a battlefield unprepared. Joe wasn't here to clap. He was here to set the record straight.
Oh, we gonna find you in Sudan. Don't mess up. Sudan is where they're not coming to rescue you. Yo, hey, I'm happy for my brother. Nobody loved French Montana more than me. You do know I got his first song to play on Hot 97 with Funk Flex. Nobody want to play his song. They blocking him. They just, you know, look at his documentary. He gives Fat Joe the credit.
Joe
He's
hammered
from the
this point
Bronx.
from the
I know him.
start. A wedding is a party, but marriage is a contract. And in that contract, one wrong move can cost you everything. French might be enjoying the champagne, the luxury, the headlines, but when the smoke clears, he'll be left with paperwork that ties his fortune, his properties, and his legacy to another person.
Engagement, man.
No.
You took it to the desert. You taking it back to promo. Was
Because I'm looking at it. Listen, I'm looking at it. And
congratulations.
Congratulations, but my mano. What did the good do the sandwich? The Akwe?
The Aki way.
Don't get the Aki way. Stay
Joe's warning
focused.
was simple. Stop treating this like a fairy tale and start treating it like business. Because once lawyers get involved, love doesn't matter. Assets do. And if French doesn't protect himself, he could end up another casualty in a long list of rappers who lost it all. Fat Joe's tone turned almost hostile when it came to money. He's seen too many brothers walk into court thinking love would save them, only to leave broke. He stressed that French Montana isn't just any man. He's a brand, a walking company, a millionaire tied to deals, royalties, and business ventures. That means if things go bad, it's not just heartbreak, it's financial bloodshed. Joe practically demanded that French protect himself with contracts, prenups, and tight legal strategy. Because in Joe's mind, if French doesn't, he's setting himself up to be played, drained, and embarrassed publicly.
Table, and I'm sure there were some other ones also.
Yeah. I came to Steve Rifkin when I had Chopper Down. I walked in the office, it was him and Gabi.
Yep.
And Gabi was managing. I was like, yo, Steve, give me $200,000. Let me go make music. You know what I'm saying? Just let me. Steve was like, nah, I'll give it to you.
Never got it.
Never got it. I dropped
Which is funny because Gabi's the president of SRC. Steve is like the CEO, but
so I don't know what type of
but
weird.
Steve makes the final call.
Yeah. So I asked for $200,000. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
Joe's warning got more aggressive when he talked about motives. He made it clear, women in the industry don't always come with pure intentions. Some come for love, yes, but many come for the lifestyle. The cars, the houses, the fame, the access. And Joe warned French directly, stop being naive. He told him that he needs to stop assuming everyone's in it for him, because history proves otherwise. He pointed out that French's wealth and visibility make him a target, and that if he isn't brutally honest with himself about why this marriage is happening, he could end up being used. Fat Joe's tone sharpened as he reminded French of the industry curse. Hip-hop marriages rarely last. He listed examples in his head. Artists who thought they had love only to be left in shambles, their personal lives turned into front-page stories. The industry thrives on drama, and a messy marriage is the perfect story for blogs, tabloids, and gossip channels. He warned French that every argument will become public. Every financial issue will turn into speculation. Every crack in the marriage will be magnified by cameras and headlines. And once the culture smells blood, they don't stop until they've torn everything apart. Joe didn't sugarcoat loyalty either. He said straight up, loyalty in this game doesn't exist until it's tested. Everybody looks loyal when the money's flowing and the spotlight's shining. But when things go wrong, when the fame dips, when the bank slows down, that's when true loyalty is revealed. His warning to French was to stop confusing comfort with commitment. Just because someone smiles in your face today doesn't mean they'll stand by you tomorrow. Joe made it clear, French has to prepare for betrayal, because in this industry, betrayal is the rule, not the exception. Joe didn't hold back on red flags either. He said French better wake up and start paying attention. Is there pressure to overspend? Is there distance being created between him and his real friends? Are decisions suddenly being influenced by outside voices? Those are signals that trouble is already brewing. In Joe's eyes, ignoring red flags isn't just careless, it's suicidal. He demanded that French Montana take control now, not later. Because by the time the warning signs become obvious, it's usually too late. Even in his aggressive tone, Joe admitted that marriage can be a blessing, but only if it's real. If French has truly found someone loyal, committed, and genuine, then yes, it could bring peace and balance to his life. It could help him focus on his craft, build a stronger empire, and cement his legacy. But Joe was quick to add that this is the exception, not the rule. For every success story, there are dozens of failures. French has to stop living in the dream and start acknowledging the risk. Fat Joe's aggression came from experience. He's seen artists destroyed by bad relationships. He's seen men lose their freedom, their families, and their wealth because they let their guard down. And he refuses to sit back and watch French Montana make the same mistakes.
Collar comes out, like we said, and now you have real deals on the table. And out of all those, you go with Diddy.
That's not how it really went.
Was it Diddy? Was it Bad Boy MMG?
Yeah, I went to go see Ross. And Ross was like, I got an opportunity for you. I don't have the money for you, but I got the opportunity. I guess because the same thing Meek did, the same thing Wale did. I guess whatever the way the situation, his label was, he wasn't trying to give me the money I wanted. And I wanted like a whole bunch of money. But he was like, look, let's do it like this. Let's call Puff. And let's get him to give you the bag. You can still be MMG / you know what I'm saying? Bad Boy, Coke Boys, yep.
Right. How much money did you get?
$2 million.
This wasn't a friendly congratulations. It was a tough love lecture, a wake-up call. Joe's basically telling French, if you don't protect yourself, don't cry when it all comes crashing down. If he handles it right, he'll prove that love and loyalty can exist in hip-hop. If he handles it wrong, he'll become another headline, another meme, another cautionary tale. Joe's warning was crystal clear. This marriage could make or break French Montana's legacy. In the end, Fat Joe's message wasn't soft. It wasn't hopeful. It was blunt, aggressive, and direct. He respects French Montana, but he's not going to clap blindly for him. He's going to warn him. Because in Joe's eyes, marriage isn't a love story in the industry. It's a battlefield. And only the smart survive. For French, the choice is simple. Protect yourself or get played. Build wisely, or watch it all burn. Joe made it clear that the culture doesn't need another broken marriage story, another rapper crying in court, another empire destroyed by love gone wrong. French Montana's marriage is either the beginning of a stronger legacy or the setup for his downfall. And Fat Joe, aggressive and unapologetic, is making sure his brother knows the stakes before it's too late. Fat Joe doubled down by pointing to the wreckage left behind by other rappers. He's seen legends lose half their fortune in divorces, get dragged through court for years, and watch their reputations turn into late-night comedy skits. He made it clear that French Montana doesn't have the luxury of ignorance. The blueprint of disaster is already laid out in front of him. If he doesn't study those mistakes and move differently, he'll end up as just another example in the same tragic pattern. Joe also warned that the people around French will play a role in how this marriage unfolds. Friends who encourage recklessness, managers who look the other way, family members who only care about appearances, all of them can add fuel to the fire. Joe pressed the idea that French needs to filter his circle immediately. If the people around him aren't protecting his legacy, they're putting him in danger. At the core of Joe's warning is a harsh truth. In hip-hop, survival comes before romance. Love is important, but protection is non-negotiable. Joe painted the picture of what happens when artists let emotions run the show: public humiliation, financial ruin, and years of regret. His message was clear. French can be in love, but he has to be smarter than the average man. Because in his position, mistakes don't just cost feelings, they cost empires. Joe ended his warning with a tone that was more threat than advice. He said the culture doesn't need to see another rapper become a victim of his own decisions. French Montana has a chance to prove he's smarter, sharper, and stronger than the industry curses. But if he ignores the warning signs, if he lets love blind him, then his downfall will be his own fault. Joe wasn't asking French to be careful. He was demanding it. Joe hammered the point that French Montana has no excuses left. He's not some rookie artist stumbling into fame without guidance. He's surrounded by veterans, examples, and cautionary tales. If he still chooses to ignore the risks, then he's choosing failure with his eyes wide open. Joe's tone was unforgiving. In his mind, a man at French's level can't play dumb, can't plead ignorance, and can't act surprised when betrayal comes knocking. To close, Joe framed the marriage as a fork in the road. It's either going to cement French's place as a man who built wisely, protected his empire, and turned love into legacy, or it's going to expose him as another liability, another story of a rapper who got played by love and money. Joe didn't mince words. French's future is on the line, and how he handles this marriage will decide whether people respect his name or laugh at his downfall.